What's up guys, welcome back to the London car scene, and today I'm going to address a question that I was asking when I was looking for this car. Is basically, number one is things to watch out for when you're looking to buy one of these cars, and then also why did everyone sell these cars. Like, you'll notice when you're looking for one of these cars, you'll come across a couple with them that have 4 or 5 owners in a short amount of time. So I thought I'll answer that question, address that question, and just talk about the things to watch out before buying this car. So without further ado, let's get started. So hopefully you can hear me a bit better. Like, I remember from when I had the VXR, people were saying the sound on my videos weren't that great, so invested in a microphone for in the car, so hopefully it's picking up me talking and not the car sound. So the first thing I noticed about when owning this car and the short amount of time that I've owned it, in less than a year, is that definitely the maintenance of this car is a lot more costly than what I'm used to. So with the VXR, yeah, obviously like the front tyres had to be replaced every now and again, but in this car it's a lot more often. Like, I've changed the front tyres and I can already see them wearing down quite a bit after I've already changed them once. And also the back tyres, when I brought the car, they had a decent amount of tread on them, and obviously, as I mentioned in previous videos, if you haven't checked them out already, link above now. But yeah, if you look at my previous videos, I talk about changing my tyres, and I had to change the whole lot after I changed the front two already. So it does cost quite a bit just to maintain this car. And then the big one that everybody's they seem to forget about when buying the car, and I think people don't realise it until they actually buy the car, and then it comes out like 6 months later, and then it's due, or 10,000 miles later is the first service. It's not the first service, but it's the service interval, so it's every 10,000 miles in the A45 or a year, whichever one's first. So obviously it's not cheap, being it any Mercedes wouldn't be cheap, but then you've got the AMG status to go with this car, which obviously makes it a lot more. And then you've got different service intervals, so service A, service B and service C. And service A, I think, is the most expensive one. Well, no, I think service A is the cheapest one, sorry. With it being so you've got to figure in a 50 grand maintenance cost for this car. So just because you're buying it second hand and it's now 25 grand, doesn't mean that it's going to come with a 25 grand maintenance. So you've got to factor in that this car is going to cost you to maintain what a 50 grand car would cost. But then, yeah, so for example, service A is £300 or £500, and then the next service interval after that would be like a major service interval, because service A would only be like a minor one, because it would only be like air filters and oil, where service B would be like a bigger service, where they would change everything on the car to make sure that it's working correctly. That's the biggest thing that people don't factor into this car. And then when it gets to that time, people are like, oh yeah, I didn't factor that in. So they either sell it before the first service, where they have to fork out £300 or £500, or they just stuck it up. And also, I don't think this is just me, but I'll show you if I get a chance, is when you buy this car with, I think it's the night pack, it has a splitter on the front of it, and that splitter is covered in stone chips. I don't go close to cars in front of me, and I've been watching it over the last couple of months, and it's just getting more and more and more. So I'm going to get that resprayed, and then I'm going to PPF it, and then hopefully it won't stone chip. But it seems to be the only place where it's just attracting stone chips like I've never seen in my life before, and it's really, really annoying. So if you buy an A45 and it has this strip on it down the front, I'm not sure if it comes with all of them or if it's the night pack, because I know this has the night pack on it. I think it's called the night pack, but yeah, it has that on it. And I think it comes with that, or it might come with all of them, not entirely sure. So check it if you're buying one or you're going to buy one, and see if it has this lip on it. I'll show you in the video in a second. And if it does, I would make sure that you get it wrapped in the PPF before you buy it, because it's extremely annoying that I didn't know that it's going to end up with loads of stone chips on it, and now I've got to get it resprayed and then I've got it PPF'd. So yeah, a bit of a bummer, but it is what it is. I learned from it and I want to share it with you guys, so if you guys buy one of these cars, you don't end up in the same situation as me. And yeah, one more thing to watch out for before you buy this car is down here. It's got to be down here. This was it surely. Yeah, so one more thing to watch out for before you buy this car. Test it. Every single car, every single A45 that you go and test drive, ensure that you put it from neutral into drive and then back into reverse. A lot of these cars have a gearbox issue, especially the pre-facelift, so 2014, I think it's 2014, 2013, have this issue. So put it into neutral, put it into drive, then back into reverse, and if you hear a crunching noise, then it means the gearbox is essentially fucked. And avoid that car, because I think it's roughly about 11 grand fixed to fix that issue. And although Mercedes-Benz notice it, recognise the issue, they only cover 75% towards the next gearbox, so you still end up with a massive fee. So yeah, make sure you check that out. I knew about it when I was buying the car, so I double checked that this car didn't have it. But yeah, I wouldn't want any of you guys to go out and buy one of these cars and then end up with an 11 grand bill to fix the gearbox on top of an already expensive car. So obviously Mercedes should do something about it to fix the issue. They recognise it's an issue, but they're not paying towards it well, they're paying towards it to fix it, but they're not covering the whole thing, which they should, unless it's in warranty. And if it's still in warranty, then you're all good. So guys, I hope the sound on this video is better. If it is, give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel. Put in the comments below what you want to know about the A45, or if there's anything you want to see on my channel. I want to start getting more cars on the channel, so if you have any cars that you want to put on my channel, or you want to come on the channel, then feel free to give me an inbox, let me know. And yeah, if I'm free, then I'll come and see you guys and we shall do a video together. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Whoa. Don't forget to thank you, that was a bit of a close one, a knob parked in the middle of the road. Don't forget to subscribe for plenty more videos to come. Cheers guys.